My name is Delphina Bay, and I, at present time, am a massage therapist. Okay, my first question is one moment. In the clarity that is available to us, the shadow self needs to be addressed. How do the masters help us address this?
We hold the intention of light, of love, of the remembrance of at one-ment with those planes of higher consciousness. The shadow realm of the ego, fields of fear, places of doubt, and the absolute depths of depression. In these times, so many people are experiencing depression, and depression is God attempting to get your attention. God says, I have something absolutely wonderful, and the ego says, don't listen. And so you may crouch down a little, hoping God won't see you. And it is that God says, no, really, I have great gifts for you. I love you. And the ego says, you can't believe that. It's not true. God abandoned you. And then it is very often people will wind up in fetal position because they're attempting to make themselves as small as possible, hoping that God will just go away and leave them alone, and hoping that God won't go away and won't leave them alone. Such is the material of the shadow self, the dark night of the soul, the dark wood, the field of peril, the river of terror. And so it is. As you have counseled with your ego for so long, it will always avoid God. We assist you by holding the intentions for the world of enlightenment. And even those that are the most depressed, even those that are in the darkest night, even those that are experiencing the greatest difficulties, will have flashes of light, moments of brilliance, opportunities to reach up and grasp the hand of God and allow themselves to be lifted out of the places of difficulty. Your dark shadows are an addiction, and so it is. The addiction to fear and the addiction to war. And it is that humanity loves their addictions. Therefore, forgiving even those things that bring you pain and suffering can be quite a challenge in these times. But it is that you are completely capable. You are totally masterful. And you are at the point where your good is right at the tips of your fingers, just beyond that veil of shadow. And it's thinning. And the ego is quite terrified because the light is beginning to shine through the veil. The veil is becoming transparent. And so the ego has to talk fast and loud and long to distract you from the fact that God is beginning to shine into your life despite the ego's grandest efforts. And it is that the closer you move to the year 2012, the more the shadows will come up to be dealt with. And it is that many people are experiencing connections to the astral plane, for that is the veil of shadows. those who are experiencing what is called Alzheimer's will see things that aren't there. Terrible things, frightening things, snakes and monsters. And those are the apparitions of illusion. They come from the astral plane. The veil of shadow, the dark wood, the night of terrors. All of these things are simply the illusions of the egoic nature, figments of a mind that has divorced itself from the understanding and appreciation of goodness. Indeed.
My next question is, there are a lot of physical maladies that are happening on the planet right now and people checking out.
Yes.
Can you address that?
Again, we're dealing with the negative belief that dis-ease is a death sentence. Beloved masters, dis-ease is simply to get your attention that you have not been paying attention. Dis-ease is a gift. What are you uneasy about with yourself, in your life, with others? As you discover, identify, forgive, because very often the identification process becomes a judgment call. Pay very close attention to the health of your body by the health of what you put into it. The food that you eat, but also, beloved masters, the thoughts that you hold. Where is your focus? On anger? On what they have done to I? On get back and payback? On the fear of loss? On the doubt that you will ever see a good day in your life again? Beloved masters, dis-ease comes as a product of your own creation, but it also comes as a gift to call your attention to what you are creating so that you can, in these times, in the name of love, redirect your attention, recreate your direction, and bring yourself into alignment so that you are living the spiritual journey that so many profess they are following, and yet they are out of touch with what they are creating. Indeed. And so it is. We have offered you a variety of information, and as it has been spoken, I will reinforce again. We invite you to ask your questions, for there are many, and it is that we desire in these times to assist as best we can, to raise the consciousness, to open the heart and the mind and the soul for the evolution that is ongoing on the ball. You are beloved, you are magnificent, and it is, we honor you. And so it is, until we meet again, in whatever manner that may be, I will bid you adieu, and much thanks to those who have assisted us on this day.